What's going on, everybody? NW Order for Life here to talk about Dragon Ball Super. Now, Dragon Ball Super has been good, in my opinion. I mean, sure, we had the bad animation on episode 5 that was, beyond terrible, and we've had a couple of hiccups, but, for the most part, the story has been good because it's been, comedic. Vegeta and going to vacation with his family. Um, you know, um, Goku and Mr. Satan, were pretending, when Mr. Satan had to fight the alien, and it was the whole thing was hilarious. Like there was some good comedy moments in Dragon Ball Super, and not only that, but the action was pretty good. Especially his fight with Beerus over the ocean, stuff like that. That was really cool, really fun. I think there are moments that the anime had done much better than the movies, such as Goku becoming a Super Saiyan God. In the movie, it was just like, the five Saiyans come together, golden light, and then, Goku was red, and, he was Super Saiyan God. But in the anime, you had like this whole spectacle of, a light shooting into the sky and the clouds parting, and you could see outer space and this heavenly music, and like the all this crazy special effects. And you saw Videl become a Super Saiyan. She didn't become a Super Saiyan. Let me rephrase that. You saw Videl's womb start with the Super Saiyan golden energy, and then it spread to Vegeta, to Trunks, to Goten, and to Gohan, to Goku. And then you saw Videl start with the Super Saiyan God energy from her womb, going into everybody again, ultimately, passing through them. Like you saw them with the aura around them, but it was all going to Goku. And then, the blue aura. And then Goku became, his red Super Saiyan God. And, and the fight was, I think, better than the movie. I think the movies, was better in animation quality and music and things of that nature, like suspense, but it was too short in the movie. And this, they extended it, maybe extended a little too much, but it was cool, seeing Beerus do all those different energy blasts and the clash, the energy beam clash, classic Dragon Ball right there. So I really like, Dragon Ball Super the way it's been going. And guess what? Even for those terrible episodes like episode 5, um, they have re-released it in, this, I think it's the Blu-rays or whatever, where the artwork has been redone to make it look much better. So, you know, these little snafus, I think, have hurt Dragon Ball Super in the minds of fans, but I don't really see why, because, if you're a real Dragon Ball fan, you should just love the comedy, love the characters, and love the fighting scenes, which is what we got with Dragon Ball Super, an extent better than the movies. I mean, especially the movies did a lot of things different. We got a lot of differences, like with Gohan in the movie, one-shotted by Frieza with a punch. In the anime, he uses all of his energy to go Super Saiyan to, Super Saiyan 2, just enough to get Goku to feel his ki from afar, from Beerus's home world, dimension, whatever it is. And it's explained that Gohan's body is not strong enough to hold all his Super Saiyan 2 powers. Like he can do it, but his body is so weak he can't handle it anymore. So that's a great explanation. And it was a great explanation with with the whole Frieza thing. God, just skip track of my mind right now. I just forgot what I was gonna say. But like I just think the anime just made things a lot, made it a lot more sense. Ginyu was awesome, seeing Ginyu in the anime again. Like it's good that they brought his character back. I mean, I, you can arguably make the make the connection that Tagoma, was that his name? The one that Frieza trained with, that he got super strong, whatever. That he was, you know, much more developed in the anime as opposed to being, fodder number 1 or 2 in the movie. So that was cool. Oh, now I remember the thing that made the most sense with Goku in the movie, Super Saiyan Blue, Super Saiyan God, blue hair. He gets shot like from a side angle by the laser beam from uh, the main guy that second to Frieza, Sorbet, I think his name is Sorbet. Is that his name? Maybe I'm wrong. And the beam goes in, and hurts Goku and takes him out of Super Saiyan God. But in the anime, Goku actually has, his Super Saiyan God aura down, let his guard down, and the beam shot is from behind. So it makes so much more sense for Goku not to be able to sense the ki of a beam shot, not from someone's hand, from someone's ki, but from artificial laser or whatever, and that his power was down, so the shot would be strong enough to get through his guard, like from behind. It just makes much more sense than what the movie said. So there's a lot of good things about the anime that surpassed the movie, like the death scene of everyone. When Frieza destroys the planet in Resurrection of F, the death scene where you see Android 18 and her daughter, Videl and Pan, and you know, like all these characters, like just like oh my god, like what's going on? Like this flash of light, and they're all dead. Like that made it so dramatic, so much more personal to the audience, and just a great decision overall. So things like that, the anime just did way superior. And I think overall the anime is probably better. The movies have the better animation, the better quality, but the anime has the better. They just fill in all the blanks, and I think it's just much better overall, my opinion. So that's about the Dragon Ball Super, uh, you know, um, Battle of Gods arc and Resurrection of Frieza arc. So now we should talk about the newest episodes that came out. And rather than doing an episode by episode review with this, I think I'm just going to, you know, make a video or two, talking about specific, thoughts about what I like in the arc so far. And so far the concept of the new arc, going into Universe 6, and so far the concept of the Super Dragon Balls is interesting. The fact that they are fighting against a mirror version of their own universe is really cool. What kind of surprises can Toriyama or Toyotaro surprise us with? I know Toyotaro doesn't actually write the story, but he's the manga for the mangaka for the Dragon Ball Super manga. But like what surprises will we be hit with? Like we got one already, Kebe or Caleb or God, I'm so bad with these names right now. But the Saiyan from Universe 6, he talked about how the Saiyans are a peaceful race and they're actually heroes. They go around saving planets from evildoers, and that's a huge twist from from the Universe 7 Universe 7. No, they're Universe 6. From the Universe 6 universe of Goku and friends, where the Saiyans were space pirates working under Frieza, and there's some other uh, mirrored things, but they're mirrored in the sense that they're distorted. Like Frieza, he's the evil version of Universe 6 Frost, who is just like this humble, gentleman, kind emperor or something like that. But he looks like Frieza and has all Frieza's powers. So there's some really cool, little diversities there, and I think it's a good job. I don't know how the arc is going to end, but someone once said that he thinks that on a forum whatever that think that Beerus might just be the true villain here. That when Beerus does get the Super Dragon Balls, he might become the enemy. He might be full on evil and go against the Z fighters. I don't know, but uh, it's a pretty decent theory because Beerus doesn't is the god of destruction, and Champa is the god of destruction. But which one of them is more evil? Like, I mean, you've got Beerus is skinny and Champa is fat, and Vados is a female and Whis is a male. So it's like, what other differences is there? Is Beerus actually really evil? Is Champa actually just like pretends to be evil but is actually good-hearted? Like, you don't actually know. And what could Beerus do with the Super Dragon Balls? What would he want to do? Although, Whis kind of says that like Beerus has to keep himself in check so he doesn't destroy the universe. So And Whis actually fixes Beerus's mistakes when he destroys planets and stuff. So like I'm guessing like he's that personally I don't think he's going to be fully evil, but I do think there's merit behind Beerus. You know, behind Bulma being worried about Beerus possibly turning on them, and Goku and Vegeta, they're going to have to fight him at some point. They can't constantly be serving on him as disciples. So eventually, how they're going to fight with them? Well, maybe they'll just turn him full out bad guy, like surprise twist. Beerus is actually evil or whatever. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the tournament so far. I'm enjoying the the new characters and what explanations are in the new universe, and just even the anime actually goes to say that Gohan is training with Piccolo because Gohan wants to train to become stronger to protect his family, whatever. So that's awesome, and I really want to see Gohan get back into the action. I want to see hopefully after the tournament that Gohan becomes a big player again. I want Gohan and Goten and Trunks to all become uh, major players again, get more powerful. Um, and you know what? Like Goku can, fight the battle of gods or whatever, and Vegeta. But let's give villains to Goten, Trunks, and Gohan. Let's give villains that are pose a greatest threat, as great a threat to the Earth as Beerus does. But like the difference is they can be stopped by someone other than Goku or Vegeta. You know what I'm saying? Like let's have villains for Gohan, Goten, and Trunks because I want to see more of them. And Majin Buu too. Majin Buu. One thing I loved about Dragon Ball GT was Majin Buu actually had a vital role in GT. He made sure without Majin Buu, Mr. Satan would not have been freed of Baby's control, and would not have been able to help out Pan, and there wouldn't have been any resistance towards Baby. And Majin Buu was able to help Oob, become stronger and stuff like that. And Majin Buu fought it. He didn't really fought a bit, but he fused with Buu or gave Buu Oob. I'm sorry. He fused with Oob, gave Oob all his strength or whatever. And Majin Buu, had a clever part where he wrapped the egg of Baby in his stomach and spit it out. So I thought that was really cool in GT to have Majin Buu have some kind of involvement and some kind of importance to the story, and I hope that Super does it too. I know Majin Buu was in the tournament, but he's too stupid to make it, so he's disqualified. But if Fat Buu can do that, if he can get in some action and show his, because like when the bad guys they're totally immortal. Fat Buu, getting split in half and getting burst into a million pieces, and then being all these little boos and going boo, and they all come together, and it's like OP. Like how do you fight something like that? Well, why can't the villains have to fight the same exact thing that the Z Fighters had to fight now that Majin Buu is good? You know what I'm saying? Like it should go both ways. So I'm hoping that Majin Buu gets some action and that he can actually be impressive. He doesn't have to get stronger. I just want to see him spam his immortality stuff and also, his magic turning things into candy and stuff. Like, how cool would it be if, a villain shot some kind of, I don't know, some kind of projectile at Majin Buu that wasn't laser based, and Majin Buu was like, turn into candy, and the whole, like, everything just became candy, and he started eating the candy at the same time while fighting the villain. That would be sick. Like, that would be great. So I'm hoping for a lot from Dragon Ball Super from this new Universe 6 arc, and I've been satisfied with what I've seen so far in the other arcs, in Battle of Gods and Resurrection of F. So if anyone should so feel inclined, let me know what you think about Dragon Ball Super in the comments below. What you thought about the adaptation of Battle of the Gods and about Resurrection of F. And, if there's anything, which one do you prefer, the anime or the movie, and, why? And, just what do you expect from the future arcs, and do you like what you see so far? So, yeah, I don't think I'm going to do episode by episode review with this unless, like, I see a really great episode and I'm just going to be like, oh my God, did you see that episode? Like, otherwise, I think just sit back and enjoy Dragon Ball and hope that it's, going to be around for a couple more years to come, and that everybody, can be great, and just that Toriyama can, get his magic back with his writing skills, and that Toyotaro can make it look amazing as he's been doing, and that Toei doesn't screw it up. You know, not just with bad animation, but also, you know, with stupid filler that they might make that might not be so great. Oh, and one other thing before I end this, I want to point out that I am 100% of the belief that Goku is a Super Saiyan 1 when he transforms um, in the manga and not into Super Saiyan God. And I don't want to say anymore because I think that might be spoiler territory. So I'm going to zip my mouth right now thinking about it. You know, I think Goku is a Super Saiyan 1 when he transforms in the latest manga chapter of Super, which is chapter 9, which will be out in a couple weeks in the anime. But um, I hope I didn't spoil it. I think people probably read it by now. But yeah, this wasn't actually a Dragon Ball Super anime video in general, I don't think. Because, no, because the anime, yeah, because the anime has shown the fighters already, I think. If not, maybe I will. You know what? I will wait until next week when the fighters are shown to post this video so that I don't do any spoilers about Cave or whatever. This the saying and all that stuff. Like, whoops, like anime only viewers. Or I could just put it in the title, you know, that there's not for anime only viewers. Maybe I'll do that. That makes more sense. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Have a great night. Be sure to rate and comment. And thank you. Bye bye.